second way to test your sump pump is actually using an outlet here. If we unplug this, you'll see that there's actually two different plugs. This back plug, once we plug it in, it'll actually run the sump pump 24/7. You don't want the sump to be running 24/7 because it's going to burn out. So what this front one does is it actually is connected to that float, and when that float comes to the top, it connects the charge so that electricity can run through this first float, the first plug, and then it gives power to the back one. So if we just plug in the front one, nothing is going to happen even if the float came up. But the back one, this back plug, is what powers your sump pump. And when we just plug this one in, even though the float isn't all the way up, you can hear it kicks on. So again, you want to make sure that this is never plugged in individually. You always want the sump pump basket to be plugged in, and this is initiated by the float. So that should be plugged in always. So the final way that you can test it is by simply just taking this and plugging in like I just did and making sure that the sump pump is operational. So before you leave, before you're done, just make sure that you have this plugged all the way in. Make sure you have a good outlet that's nice and snug, so that's good to go. The last thing that we're going to do is that we're actually going to go outside and we're going to make sure that that water is getting away from the home and that water is floating up. We have seen, in especially northern climates, where the sump pump is running, but the drain has frozen. So we're going to talk about how to prevent that.